I just graduated from Colorado State with a Master of Science degree in Atmospheric Science. You could work an afternoon shift from 12 to 5:30. You can work from 12 to 8. It's meteorology, it takes some dedication with getting through the math and science classes. That can be difficult. The first thing we do when we come in is we prepare the forecast. So we go through and we just convey that message to the public. We try to give them as much information as we can so that people can react. And being in a TV studio, I mean, there's all sorts of things going on. So not only you're looking at the weather, you're interacting with different groups that are, we have a helicopter that's flying out and they come to us to say, where do you want us to be? And that's exciting. And when they're coming to you trying to get information about, where should we go to present this information to the public? And so it's a nice link between getting into the science of meteorology and also being in the interactive part of getting those warnings and information out to the public. And so it's very exciting because the weather's going on all the time. It doesn't stop any time of the day, and we're one of the front lines to getting that information out. While I was training in my previous job, I witnessed a tornado come through downtown Salt Lake City, and that just further strengthened the desire to come in to get into weather and meteorology. It excited me, yeah. So, we're kind of sadists here in the meteorology world. Most people, they want to run away from storms and they want to get away from bad weather. We get excited when there's interesting weather going on. So, this is an example of what not to do in a flash flood situation. See what this car is doing right here is driving through water. This is probably one of the most dangerous things, and the reason that most people die in weather events, 50% of deaths weather-related are flood-related. So this is something not to do. All I got left is the master cities, the forecast, and...
You're working on the master cities now?
Yep.
Okay.
So we're all set.
Okay. He's the man. Couldn't do without him.
Yep. He is my boss. He's the boss of the weather department. He's the chief meteorologist here at 7 News. Where's the tornado warning for? Wyoming?
For Central Platte County.
Okay.
Way up in the Midland.
He's just a normal guy. I mean, just because we see people on TV, they've got normal lives. Mike's very down to earth. Likes to go out and have a beer, likes to go out and have dinner, and it was at first, I had never, this internship was my first time in a weather studio or in a TV studio so to me it was just neat at first. You see these people on the camera, you feel like you know them, and you come in, you feel like you have an instant bond with them, but they're just down there with people like we are. This is Colorado's a great place for weather. I mean, we get everything here. We get 4 seasons. We get really big snow events. We get interesting severe weather, tornadoes, you name it, and the mountains influence the weather dramatically, and so that just made things more interesting. And then specific to the atmospheric science program at CSU, the program is very diverse. You have experts in every area of atmospheric science, including atmospheric radiation, thermodynamics, dynamics, meteorology, hardcore weather, severe weather. So you get exposure to not every different aspect of the field, and you can kind of decide where you focus. Breckenridge. Not only have my professors been very helpful in terms of getting me job opportunities, not only in the field, but the internship here, and I recently just got a job with the National Weather Service, and they were very instrumental in getting me not only this internship, but that job as well. I am now employed, Mike.
Are you?
The National Weather Service, are the people who are in charge of issuing those warnings, and it's based on different criteria in different locations of the country. That's the distinct difference between the National Weather Service and the media outlet. The National Weather Service, they're the people who are looking at all of the computer models that we have to make forecasts, looking at it on an hour-by-hour basis. Right now, we're currently seeing a severe thunderstorm, which is weather spotters have seen penny-sized hail, and coming up with the most accurate information we can have in terms of issuing warnings. The National Weather Service issues hazardous weather outlooks. The National Weather Service just issued a severe thunderstorm warning. They also issue aviation forecasts. We prepare the forecast. So we go through and look at the different computer models, not only for high and low temperatures, but also look at the general flow of the atmosphere. So they're the people who are doing the nuts and bolts behind the scenes, who are really getting the details of what's going to be happening not only for the next couple days, but the next 7 days out in more detail. And then what the radio and TV outlets do is kind of a mix between the two. It's taking the information from the Weather Service, putting your own personal flair on it, using your knowledge of the local terrain and the local environment, and we just convey that message to the public. We try to give them as much information as we can so that people can react. I have to make sure my phone is on vibrate because the news is getting ready to go on. We don't want that happening. neat thing about meteorology and atmospheric sciences is there's a wide range of jobs in research, on TV, and the National Weather Service, private companies. We have this emerging sector in the wind energy, which is very exciting, but they need people to forecast for best places to put turbines and windmills. So just be adaptable, and you'll be able to, whatever you want to experience, throughout the course of your year, you'll be able to get involved in pretty much whatever you want.